So the other time we talked about opioid analgesics, specifically tramadol, and the reasons why the country strictly controls the possession, sale, distribution, and use. Today, okay, we said it wasn't illegal in the country, just that it is controlled, and you may be arrested for possessing it without either license or without prescription. So today we are going to talk about another drug, cannabis, Indian hemp, weed. Now let's talk about cannabis or weed. As a country, Ghana, there are two sides of this. You see, for recreational purposes or recreational use, now cannabis or weed is strictly illegal. It is prohibited in the country. If it is for recreational use, say for example, you go and truck somewhere in there, it is illegal. It is prohibited. You don't have to do that. You may be facing up to 10 years in prison if you are caught with cannabis, because it is illegal according to the Narcotics Control Commission. Yes. However, there are other sides to it. If, for example, you are cultivating all this cannabis or weed to be used for medical or pharmaceutical purposes, then yeah, you need a license, and this license is very hard to be issued. It's very hard to get. So yeah, for recreational purposes, farming it is illegal, but if you are farming it to be used for pharmaceutical or medical purposes, then you need a license from the Narcotics Control Commission or other bodies before you can be able to farm cannabis or weed in the country. If you are found cultivating this particular leaves without license from the appropriate authorities, guess what? You may be facing a minimum of 10 years imprisonment. Yeah, so in Ghana, that is it. An individual is prohibited, totally banned, very illegal for an individual to just be walking about with cannabis or weed or Indian hemp in their palm at home or in their shops or something. It is illegal. The only time it is legal to have it is when you are registered or you are licensed to farm it for pharmaceutical or medical purposes. That is the only reason you should have it on your farm. After farming it, then under controlled supervision also, and then every single process also need to be recorded and documented for investigations, for like investigation or documentation, yes, or reporting, such that you don't illegally or go behind and then sell it to people. So yes, in Ghana it is illegal. Weed, Indian hemp, cannabis in Ghana is illegal unless you are licensed to commercially cultivate it for medical or pharmaceutical purposes. So if you see anybody, any ganja farmer, just know that the person is breaking a rule that could land him in a minimum, the smallest, at least 10 years, meaning you could go more than 10 years. Okay, well, in 2020, the Narcotics Control Commission came out to change the 10 years, a minimum of 10 years, to like you can pay up to 2,500 to 6,000 Ghana cedis as fine. That is, you save half and pay that between that amount and you go. So once again, say no to drugs, say no to narcotics, say no to drug abuse.